DeAndre Ayton has officially signed with the Indiana Pacers, and the Phoenix Suns have 48 hours to decide if they want to match the contract offer, man. If not, DeAndre is officially a member of the Indiana Pacers, and I love it for so many reasons. So this is the official tweet from Woj. Restricted free agent center DeAndre Ayton has agreed to a 4-year, $133 million maximum offer sheet with the Indiana Pacers. And the Phoenix Suns have 48 hours to match the largest offer sheet in NBA history, man. Oh my goodness. Yo, I want to say straight up, the Pacers, huge W, really over the course of the past, like since the trade deadline, man. Essentially, since they decided to, get out of that kind of just like no man's land with Sabonis and TJ Warren and, Brogdon and all those dudes, man. Like, for years, that was a fine team. But that's the issue. They were fine. That was it. And now you can really see a future with the Pacers where they could be a top team in the entire NBA, man. Now, I'm not saying right away that would be the case because I do think that this team is going to have some, kind of, I don't want to say growing pains, but in the sense of those stepping stones, man. Much similar to like the Memphis Grizzlies when they drafted Ja Morant. They weren't dominant right away. It took a few seasons, right? And along the way, your record gets a little bit better each season, and eventually you make the playoffs. Maybe you got like a first round exit, and then maybe you get like the Western Conference or the Eastern Conference Finals, whatever it may be, the season after that. And that's kind of what I'm seeing with this Pacers team. And, DeAndre Ayton, he put up really good numbers with the Phoenix Suns. I mean, 17 points, 10 rebounds, few blocks per game. And when it comes down to it, I very much know that Chris Paul makes players better. He tends to make big guys. They tend to have like their best season. But going from CP3 to Tyrese Halliburton is not a fall off at all, man. Like Tyrese Halliburton is that guy. He is the next great NBA point guard, the next great, kind of like Chris Paul type player, those point guards. I don't really like to say like natural point guards because what exactly is a natural point guard? But like a guy that's going to get top notch assists and everything along those lines. And I'm just thinking about this Pacers team and everything, man, and it's a really, really good situation. So, looking at the roster right now and what exactly it look like for their starting five. I mean, you obviously got Tyrese Halliburton. You have Chris Duarte, who's on the team, who was their rookie draft pick, I believe, last season, and he's really solid. You obviously have Benedict Mathurin, who's been tearing it up in the G League, like the Summer League. Y'all just balled out against my Detroit Pistons, by the way. Much respect, though. I mean, Ivy wasn't playing, just saying. No, I'm just joking, man. But, I ain't trying to start no, Pacers-Pistons brawl here, man. I feel like both teams got great guards straight up. And Benedict Mathurin, like, he not only looks like, he could be an all-star caliber player, but I think he also really likes the idea of playing with Tyrese Halliburton and playing in Indiana. And you add DeAndre Ayton onto that, and come on, man, like, what better circumstance can you have? As far as other, like, great players on this team, or, like, at least guys that fit within the system and stuff, they got that O'Shea Brissett, which I believe Pacer fans like him a lot. I do apologize, I don't know too much about him or anything, but from what I've read, it seems like Pacer fans are really high on him and everything like that. And I'm looking at the squad, everybody's extremely young. It's just really, y'all still got Miles Turner too, which I don't, what happens to Miles Turner? I didn't even think about that. Damn, man, I didn't even think of, okay, so is there a scenario where you have DeAndre Ayton at center and you put Miles at the 4? I mean, the dude can shoot the 3 ball and he's great defensively. I hope they do that, man. That's why I like doing videos like this, man. I'm not really a script type of person. I'm like hey, let's talk off the top of my mind right here. And just like hearing like straight up, just like, damn, like Miles Turner, DeAndre Ayton, that could be great for a front court, man. You got all those guards and the passing and stuff, and damn, like my hype for this Pacers team is off the charts right now. And, for the past few, like, I don't know, seasons, I've always been somebody that's kind of been on Team Pacers as far as their team goes. I've always thought they were a team that people tend to count out, but they always end up playing better than what people expect. Now, maybe not so much the past few seasons, but I would say generally speaking, that's kind of like what they're at. And now I'm at the point where I saw that team, I was like, wow, that team played great. And now this team is even better, and they're going to grow together. It's a really fun time. Now, if you are the Phoenix Suns, do you match the largest offer sheet of all time? And the answer is, I don't think I would. Man. When it comes down to that Phoenix Suns team, yes, DeAndre Ayton was very important to them and everything, but I think having such an all-star superstar, duo in Chris Paul and Devin Booker, you know, you can get a center for a lot cheaper that, yeah, maybe not puts up the same exact numbers as him, but still puts up decent numbers within itself. And maybe you can even get to a point where you can do that sign and trade with the Indiana Pacers. But if the Pacers are able to add to their cap, you know, without like just completely destroying their cap and everything, and keep Miles Turner and DeAndre Ayton, I seriously would consider that, because I very much think it would be like, yeah, like Sabonis was the guy that operated on the inside, Miles Turner stuck to the outside, and you can do that once again. We are in an era of positionless basketball, and Miles Turner has put in the work throughout his entire NBA career to be somebody that you can play on multiple positions and everything like that. But yeah, I'm trying to think, like, Phoenix Suns, what are some things they could do as far as the center position goes? Because obviously, like, free agency, I mean, you know, all the great players are pretty much signed for the most part. I mean, you know, DeAndre Ayton, ironically enough, was kind of like the last, like, big guy, I should say, unless there's somebody I'm not really thinking of. But, no, like, you know, I would probably maybe hit up a team like, I don't know, maybe like the Orlando Magic, because the Orlando Magic definitely, after I've drafted Apollo Banchero, they have Jonathan Isaac, who's grown even more. He was like 6'10" when he was injured. I think he's like 7 foot now. They have Wendell Carter. They have Mo Bamba. So maybe you can talk with them and try to work out some type of trade to bring in one of the surplus of the big guys they have. And any one of those guys, I think, would fit perfectly within their system, everything. I mean, I would love Mo Bamba on the Phoenix Suns, or Wendell Carter, or somebody along those lines. Or obviously, too, you know, they can kind of take a page out of the Golden State Warriors book, who just won the championship, so it's not a bad place to look at. And you can see that, you know, they tend to have like Kevon Looney, or, you know, guys like that, or JaVale McGee, whoever it may be, over the past seasons, and that works just fine too. So I don't think we're in the era of basketball where you need a dominant center to win an NBA championship. I think you can just look at years past, and that's just simply not the case. It's very much more a forward and a guard league. Now, I still think you could potentially win with a great big guy. Don't get me wrong there. So, like, Philadelphia fans, Denver Nugget fans, like, you guys are still fine and everything like that. But no, I think the Phoenix Suns will be fine. And we also have to keep in mind, too, that this does free up cap space and everything, too. So, I mean, there will be opportunities maybe to make proper trades or signings or things along those lines. It's just, you really hate when it happens this late. Because when it happens this late, at that point, it's like, you know, you get kind of screwed over. I think back to when LeBron James signed with the Miami Heat. Like, he waited till the last part of the offseason, man. Like, he waited. And at that point, the Cleveland Cavaliers, there was nobody left for them to get. Not that you can really find anybody that's going to replace LeBron James anyway. But straight up, man, like, I'm happy for the Pacer fans out there. I know you guys have been very patient with your team for a very long time now. And, you know, like, yeah, I'll say it. When it was the Pacers-Pistons brawl, that was kind of, I mean, this was years ago at this point now, but that was like the end of an era in which I think they couldn't win a championship. Like, that was a really good team. And then, you know, obviously you move on to the years with Paul George and Victor Oladipo, and none of those guys are on the team anymore. And it even seemed like when they were at their best, they had some extreme, like, injury curse or something along those lines. So, Pacer fans, you guys are in a very good place here. Happy for your franchise. Wishing you all the best up in there, man. You know, my Detroit Pistons, we are going to have some nice battles over the upcoming years, and I'm very much looking forward to it. And I'm very much looking for the hopefully friendly and probably at times not so friendly banter back and forth. But hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. If you made it to the end of the video here, man, if I can ask you to please hit that like and subscribe button, it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.